Hello, everybody. Welcome to Comedy and Crumpets. I'm Dylan Mandlsohn, coming to you all the way from Toronto, Canada. For those of you that are regular to the show, you'll notice that I'm by myself. My wonderful comedy partner, Pat Treuer, is not with us today. He's not feeling well. And it's not COVID. It's not COVID because COVID doesn't exist. It's not a real thing. It's not even, it couldn't even be because it's just made up. I can't get over that people think that way. People actually think that COVID isn't real. It boggles my mind. People will deny the existence of COVID. To be honest with you, I I would love, like, if I for just a second can be just a student for a second, and someone that doesn't believe in COVID just convince me that COVID doesn't exist. Like, everything's a lie. Like, there's 195 countries, and all of them are lying. All of the governments. I think I looked it up. I think there's one country that's in denial of it, and it's Tanzania. So there you have it. It's Tanzania doesn't even think it exists, man. It's not real, man. Like, oh my God. Anti-mask, I don't know. It kills me. How do you deny COVID? It's not even, it's the government, man. They just want to control you, man. China owes billions of dollars, man. They're just trying to stop the economy. It's just not even a thing. Like, oh my Lord. I can't. So all the numbers, then all the deaths, all the sicknesses, all the people, even the people that were denying COVID, then either caught COVID or had loved ones get it and died. Just like, no, it's not just sometimes you just sneeze too hard, man, and you croak. I'm like, oh my God. I was watching these YouTube videos about these anti-maskers of just like not wanting to put on a mask. Just I don't want to do it. I don't this one woman, I don't want to wear a mask. I don't want to wear it. I don't want to wear a mask. Like, this woman is acting like it reminded me of, like, you ever try to put sunscreen on a 5-year-old at the water park? It's insane. Just wear the mask. Like, honestly, let's say that you're right. Let's say it's a fake. The whole thing is just one global ruse, just a gigantic lie. What have you got to lose if you just wear a mask? Like, if it's just like on the off chance that you're wrong, like, what have you lost? Like, I just want to wear it, man. It kind of itches a little here, and I don't. Like, you really can't. There's like a lot of people are saying, I can't breathe. I have the mask. I can't breathe. I don't know. Like, really? You can't, like, no one so far. There's been a lot of deaths to sickness and COVID and everything. No one has died from suffocating in a mask. Not that I've heard anyway. Maybe you've heard one person in the world that has suffocated from the mask. Like, I don't know, maybe they were wearing, an astronaut's helmet. I don't know. But I haven't heard any damage from the mask wearing. But, oh my Lord, I want COVID to go away. I'm sure I'm like you. We miss our lives before COVID. But I can't help but feel, and maybe this is just too optimistic and too idealistic, but if we all just band together and just, I want to say ambitiously 6 weeks, but maybe 8 weeks of just everybody stays inside. 8 weeks. I know from this point on, it's like, Dylan, how could you, do you have any idea the inconvenience? I got kids, I got a job. I get it. But I read an article today that that they're just thinking it's called an endemic. And basically an endemic means that this is just going to be around. It's not a pandemic anymore. It's like the common cold or the flu or something that we just live with. They call it an endemic. And I'm like, like, no, I don't. And first of all, when I read the word endemic, I thought, oh, something that ends. And they're like, no, it's something that never ends. It should be called a never endemic. But they just call it an endemic, and that means that it's just going to be sticking around forever, and we're just going to have to figure out how to live with this stuff. And I'm like, can't we just all band together and just, you know what I mean? Like, we'll just not give it to each other. Stay in. Oh, it kills. It's so frustrating for me. Like, because you know when people when they go out, they're just, if you have it, you're giving it to people. I don't know. It irks me on such a big level. I want this to go away. I don't know. If you, by the way, anybody watching for the first time, let me know how you feel. I'd love to hear your comments. We got Ellie Norcliffe. Agree. Just stay in for 8 weeks. It's not hard. Easier than a proper war. Man, I am with Ellie on this. Let's just stay in. Like, if we stayed in together, like globally, we would like figure out games. We would try to interact. There's chat groups. There's meetups. We could do it even more. Just support each other. And I would do free comedy shows. I would do like just as you're seeing right now. Although this is this lacks a certain amount of punchlines. That's not lost on me. But I got to vent. I got to get this off my chest. This is so important to me that it just sucks to watch people deny it. Doesn't exist, man. You're just getting bought in. Like the vaccines, they're gonna put a chip in the vaccine. I'm like, to follow you there, Norbert. Like, really? You think someone cares how many times you go to Walmart in the week? No one's following you, man. No one cares. If they're putting chips in the vaccine, this is what I've heard. This is like, people are paranoid about chips in the vaccines. There's different kinds. All of them have chips in them. They all want to know where you're going. They basically have that with you with your social media. All the stuff you're clicking on the Facebook and the Instagram and the Twitter and the TikTok, they're all following you that way. But you're cool with that because, well, that's entertaining. Yeah, that part's entertaining. I don't mind that. But yeah, don't put a chip in me. There's no, you know, I'm not watching a cat fall off a television set doing that way. That's then it's not as fun or entertaining. My God, what do we got? But Dylan, Manfred, what's we got here? It would actually only need 3 weeks if everyone can just curb their ADHD and COVID would be over. Yeah, Elena, I you know, yes, let's band together. I want this out. You know? I am. Thank you. I'm venting, man. I'm so sick of this. But the thing is like, when I see people not banding together, it tells me that, like, if we were ever attacked by aliens, there are people on this planet that would take the side of they would be on Team Alien. They'd be like, yeah, listen, I'm with the green guy over here. They're like, why? Yeah, just do what they say. Just do it. I listen to them. They're our new leader. Like, oh my God. COVID's winning because COVID's playing consistent. In fact, they're getting better. They're morphing. They're like, yeah, we got some new recruits here taking over. We feel really good about our team. You know, we've got some new players here. The new variants. They're amazing. They're really good players. Yeah, we're up in our game, and we're over here playing so inconsistently. We're not playing as a team. We gotta just band together, and we could beat this. I think it would be crazy to, like, I know I'm probably speaking really optimistically here, but I'm actually so optimistic that if we globally got together, we wouldn't even need a vaccine. I know maybe that's too crazy. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor, but I just believe this stuff. I do believe it. Man, I don't know if I want to talk too much about this stuff, but you can tell. My engines are going. I see people outside wearing the mask like this. You ever get this? Like, yeah, no, I'm definitely contributing my part here. Like, dude, you got to cover your nose, man. You got to get it's from here to here. That's all. It's like death, you're saving lives. No, killing people, saving lives. That's you know. I mean, come on. So yeah, people, they just, I understand that you're inconvenienced by this, but it's like you're inconvenient. If you just had a higher level of empathy, more compassion for people, maybe you wouldn't care so much that you're being inconvenienced. Mask. Only 2 people can ride an elevator. I want to get this sooner. Like, oh God, I just people are dying, man. This is we're in a Spielberg movie. We gotta we really gotta band together and make this happen. Anywho, it's the Jewish way of saying anywho. There's a lot more. We'll circle back to this. Let's take a break. I saw this article in the paper in the paper. That's how old I am. My boomer showing everybody. I was on the internet. Do you know who Catherine McPhee is? Anybody? She's a model. She's 36 years old. She's beautiful, and she married a Canadian musician named David Foster, who's 71. That's right. We got. Hey, hope you're feeling. Hope. Hi Ray. Hope you're feeling well. Yes, I'd. Yes, I'd aliens landed here now. They'd be like, "What the WTF? I'm out. Next planet." Yes, that's true. Yeah. I've heard that when aliens drive by Earth, they lock their spaceship doors. I've heard that somewhere. But anyway, Catherine McPhee, 36, marries David Foster, who's 71 years old. And she's getting flack on the internet because they're saying, you're just doing it for the money. Just doing it for the money. And there was a part of my brain that thought, yeah, there's something like I think she really loves the guy. She's pregnant now. Man, a 71-year-old can still get a woman pregnant. That's good, right? I imagine his sperm is just coming. Come on, I'll get there. Don't you worry. Like I have a feeling that they had sex once, and 9 months later she found out she was pregnant. That's how slow his sperm's moving. But it's kind of poetic to think, like, is she with him for the money? I don't know. He's got a lot of it. But there's just a part of my brain that finds that a little bit poetic, like a little bit kind of cool. Because I think that I'm not into it. I'm not into a relationship for money. But just to think about it, if you could purchase the perfect relationship, relationships today are all a balance of feelings and wants, desires, compromise. But if you came to the table with, look, I got a lot of money. I got a lot of money. I'm a famous musician. I'm 71 years old right now, or however old anyone is. And you can say, I want this kind of relationship. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I want from you. And you go, hey, well, I can provide that. And I'm going to be getting this much money. I'm happy to maybe even have a kid along with this, or not. But can you imagine, like, you're just getting exactly what you want in a relationship? If anything comes out of line, it's not like, well, I'm really sorry that you're feeling that way. Let's talk about your feelings. It's like, no, this wasn't in the contract. We didn't arrange this. I get to go out with my boys whenever I want. That was what we discussed. You do what you want in your time when I need some space. I don't know. I think that there's something a little bit balanced with a money relationship. I would never do it. I just have these thoughts. I put them out there. Maybe someone else could come to me later and they'll say, hey man, I totally heard that, that bit you're doing about like how you just pay for like a perfect relationship. I did it and it's like amazing. And I never would have thought, I don't know, maybe someone else will do this. I don't know. But I'm just thinking, man, if you could like pay for the perfect relationship, what does it say? I say whatever fulfills you and makes you happy. No one is getting hurt. Then who cares? It's their life. Exactly. Ella Norcliffe, I agree with that. As long as no one's getting hurt and the checks are coming. Do you know what I mean? Like people are, yeah, it's weird. A lot of people, especially when I think this happens with women a lot more than men, they slut shame. People would call what I just mentioned like a form of prostitution in a way, but it's not. 'Cause you're not just paying for sex; you're paying for a full relationship. There's men that really want companionship. I'm just saying, imagine you paid for exactly what you want, and both parties are just willing to do it. I just think there's something to that. But this is another thought that I had that kind of attaches to it, and it's slut shaming. I'm against that. I think slut shaming is modern day witch burning. We're not really physically burning. That would be a terrible thing, but slut shaming is awful. It inhibits sex. It inhibits people getting together. Women, I think women more than men second guess their instincts and second guess what they really want to do because they're worried about criticism from other people, simply on the basis that you shouldn't enjoy your body, you shouldn't enjoy your feelings, you shouldn't enjoy your sexual desires. And what's interesting about this, going back to witch, because I studied this a little bit in school, that witches were actually doctors of their day. They just didn't go to school, but they'd experiment with all different kinds of crazy stuff. And sometimes if you go to a witch, you go like, I got a stomach ache, I got a headache, and they might give you something weird, like, here's a goat penis. And you're just like, oh God, it's disgusting. And then you try it and like, wow, my headache's gone. And sometimes it didn't work, but they were kind of doctors of their day. And today, I think that the female body, honestly, it can be medicine. It really can. For a guy, I find it to be, it's more than medicine, but it can be just medicine too. And sometimes, like, I know that for me, sometimes I've had sex with women, and it's just made me feel better about life. Like, it's just like what I needed. Maybe some women can attest to that too. Like, I needed some intimacy with a guy, and I just felt better. It was like medicine. It wasn't a Tylenol, it wasn't an Advil, it wasn't a joint or anything. It was just intimacy, and it was awesome. And this is a great time for my mom to chime in. Hey, Mom, how you doing? While I'm talking about this, it's great. Thanks. This is, by the way, I got a guy in the sky you can't see, Kane. He's my producer, and I love him. And this is the timing that he's using to interject my mom into this discussion. Thanks. It's good timing. Yeah, way to pour a bucket of cold water on that, bud. But anyway, I think that that sex can be medicine, intimacy can be medicine, and when people slut shame, it's so detrimental. I think maybe less of it's done in Europe because they just seem to be so more comfortable with intimacy over there. Here it's just like, I don't know, you just have to like I don't know, like I've just like met you a year and a half ago. I don't think we're ready. So it's a tough thing, and I love women. I do. I love them, and it bothers me when I see them being criticized for their sexual desires or their prowess. Anyway, Kane, do you got any more comments there, buddy? Because I can see we have a lot on the sidelines here. Let's answer some of these. Dylan, you just sold me on contract relationships. Any sugar daddy website suggestions? I'm pretty sure Google can help you out with that one. I'm not a sugar daddy. I'm not, but it's not a bad idea. That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't do it. I'm just saying I appreciate the idea that I had. What do we got? Eleanor, sex is medicine. Serotonin is better than anything. It's a natural drug. It is a natural drug. And it sucks when we inhibit it, honest to God. We got Hugh Janus. The best thing in the world is a good hug. Coming from Hugh Janus, everybody. Hugh Janus thinks the best thing in the world is a hug, and not anal, which is ironic. But Ray Sanders back. Oh no, here in the UK, we have a lot of folk happy to slut shame. We're nearly as repressed as Americans on this. Yeah, I bet. I think I actually, Ray, I got to tell you, I think England and America have a lot more in common than you'd both be willing to admit. But I'm thinking not so much England being repressed. I'm thinking more like Germany, Norway, France, Spain, Portugal. I'm generalizing, but I've heard, that you go over there and people are just very open and nice about it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a fan. I think have you ever been in a situation? where I have been in situations in my lifetime where I'm talking to a woman and I know that she's feeling me, and I'm like, man, this can really happen. And then at the end, she's just like, I don't know. I just met you. I don't know. She's slut shaming herself because she's worried that other people will do it. I don't have that in me. I don't, like, if someone goes, "You're a slut," I'd be like, yeah, that doesn't hurt. That's yeah, that's I don't think I am one, but it doesn't hurt to it doesn't inhibit me if you call me that. And I would imagine that there's what do we got here? Real talk though, Dylan. It's really nice to hear a conversation about the slut shame topic coming from a male. Well, thank you kindly. I do care about this because I would imagine that there's a lot of women that have experienced this. Like, you're in a situation with a guy that you think is attractive and you want it to happen, but now you're worried that he's going to judge you if you move too quick, or maybe you're with friends and they're really critical of you and you don't want to do anything because you don't want to hear it from them the next day. It's just awful that we shame and judge and criticize each other for this. And I tell you, it just makes life better. Just be intimate. It's just physical love for other people. And it's funny because I think that there's some women that could be watching me going, yeah, I get what you're doing, Dylan. I get what you're doing. You're just trying to, like, get with us. Like, I see the manipulation here. They would say you're devaluing women. I'm like, I don't really. Do you think, like, because I'm just, I don't know if I sound like I'm just thinking of women as sexual beings and objectifying them. I'm not. I'm valuing women. I'm saying, let's cut through everything, that a good conversation and connecting with someone followed by, because that creates a lot of sexual tension, and it's awesome. It's so awesome to create that sexual tension and to flirt back and forth and to smile and to kind of, touch each other's arms and shoulders and kiss a little bit and just realize, oh my God, this is going to build into something amazing by the end of the night, even if it's just that night. That's a better night than the night you had last night when you were sitting home criticizing yourself for eating too much cookies or chips or ice cream or popcorn or whatever. But yeah, man, I don't know. It's just thoughts that I'm thinking. I'm just like, let's spread the love, safe love, of course. But anywho, of course, we can't really do that in this time, or maybe we can because COVID's not real. It's not even real. See how I brought that back around? Anywho, this is sort of about what I came to talk to you about today. I do miss Pat a lot. Hopefully he'll be with us. Well, I think he'll be with us next week, but he's a little under the weather and wanted to take a night off, and I can totally appreciate that. But if anybody has any last questions for me before I get out of here and wrap this up for this week, what do we got, Ray? Oh, yeah. Mainland Europe, especially the Scandinavians, are a lot freer in their outlook. Saunas have a lot to do with it. Yeah, you get pretty comfortable in a sauna, Things get heated, if you will. Hugh Janus, are you a double cheek kisser or do you go left to right? Hugh, let's sort of, we have to meet in person for me to answer that question. But I don't even really know what that question refers to. To be honest, I'm a little confused by it. But I hope everybody watching is doing well. I hope that you're feeling good and that people around you are supportive of keeping social distancing and trying to keep things safe. Because, man, I want to have more faith in the human race as a whole here, but it's tough. It's tough watching people break codes and whatever. But anyway, that what we got. We love you. Thank you, Elena. I love you guys, and thank you for paying attention to me. For those of you that stuck around this long, you're troopers. You're troopers, especially with this lighting in here. Like, look at this. Don't I look like heaven is just kind of waving me in on this side? Like, look at this. Oh God. Oh God. just burning a retina into this eye right now. Yeah. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, you guys. Anywho, thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate you letting me rant and rave like a lunatic here. I will be back next week, same time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 p.m. UK time, and 4 p.m. Mountain Time. Hopefully, Pat will be here. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, I'm at Dylan Comic. Same TikTok, Dylan Comic, and Facebook and Twitter, Dylan Comic. And stay safe, and hopefully, I hope to see you guys next week. Thanks, everybody. Good night.